accounting as a whole, think of it in three parts. You've got your CPA, you've got your bookkeeper, and then as you get bigger, usually over 5-10 million a year, you might have a CFO. And each one falls into its own lane. So a CPA is who you should go to for what formation you should be. Should you be a C Corp? Should you be an S Corp? What state should you file in? Obviously, doing your taxes, any kind of tax strategy. That's the zone that they're good at. The bookkeeper is there to provide you clean information in clean reports and to keep your QuickBooks or Xero account, which we'll talk about, in good shape every single month. And they're communicating with the CPA who's going to take that information, give you adjustments, and file your taxes. And the CFO is there to help you make business decisions based on the numbers, to help you project sales, project cash, figure out what to do with the money that you're making. So there can be overlap too, right? Because my controller, for example, is a really good bookkeeper. She's not a CPA, but she understands taxes. But you don't want to go to her and say, hey, should I be an S Corp or a C Corp? That's a question for your accountant. You don't want to go to your accountant and say, hey, should I spend more money on PPC? You want to go to your CFO. And each one costs a different amount. CFO can be the most expensive, CPA more expensive than your bookkeeper. Bookkeeping is usually your cheapest, and you're going to end up paying more if you're using people in the wrong ways. The other thing that I would argue is that a lot of CPAs, they do bookkeeping in a way to file taxes, and it can be correct from a tax standpoint, but it doesn't help you make decisions on a month-to-month basis. Quick example of that could be expenses. You can lump all your expenses together, file it correctly for taxes, but you want a bookkeeper who can break it down so you can see, hey, my software expenses are going up over time, payroll is going down, whatever it is. Getting more than one set of eyes on your books is a great idea. In your perfect team, you have a CPA and a bookkeeper that you're CCing on emails together. They're communicating, they're on the same page, and they're doing things correctly together. And that's going to give you another set of eyes in case there's something that you need to make a change on in the future. You don't necessarily need a CFO. You can, and there's options. There's fractional, outsourced, full-time, part-time, whatever. You absolutely need a CPA and a bookkeeper, and you want to keep them in different places. There's also just a diversification thing, which I believe in. If you have a CPA firm and they go out of business and you're doing both your books and your tax work, then you got to replace both. So there's that element as well. But ideally, you have a CPA and a bookkeeper working together.